Nation will celebrate Independence Day with same enthusiasm. Prime Minister will address the nation after the flag hoisting ceremony from the ramparts of the Red Fort. Union Home Ministry issues guidelines for the states. It is necessary to wear a mask and maintain do gaj ki duri in the ceremony. Emphasis on inviting Corona warriors. President flags off truckloads of relief material from Rashtrapati Bhavan for states affected by floods and corona pandemic. Supplies organized by Indian Red Cross Society. BJP will organize Ek Bharat Ek Atma Bharat program on the completion of 1 year of abrogation of Section 370 and 35A. Virtual rally in local language will be held in every state from July 28 to August 3rd. Dialogue with intellectuals will also be conducted. Rajasthan High Court stays the proceedings on Speaker's writ, says status quo till Supreme Court clears larger issues and makes central government as party in this case. Central government amends public procurement financial rules. Companies from countries sharing land border with India can bid only if registered with competent authority. Amendment enables imposition of restrictions on such companies in the interest of national security. More than 8,17,000 cured patients from COVID-19 in the country so far. Recovery rate hovers around 63%. Worldwide corona cases over 1 crore 56 lakh. WHO says US, Brazil and India can deal with pandemic. WHO also rejects allegations of working in support of China. And in sports, England and West Indies will be fighting it out in the series decider at Old Trafford in the third test starting today. England to decide whether to recall Jofra Archer for the decisive test. Hello, you're watching DD News and I'm Preeti presenting the bulletin. In the next half an hour, we'll get an account of everything that's been making it to the headlines. Our top story first. Just like every year, the Independence Day will be celebrated with grandeur, exuberance and electric enthusiasm this year as well. However, in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic, it will be necessary to consider and implement preventive measures during the celebratory events on the Independence Day this year. The Ministry of Home Affairs has issued an advisory for Independence Day celebrations. All government offices, states, governors have been asked to avoid large crowds at the functions and use technology for conducting the ceremonies. The measures primarily include wearing masks, strictly following the norm of social distancing, avoiding gathering in large numbers. People vulnerable to COVID-19, such as elderly, have been advised against attending the celebrations. The Union Ministry has urged states and union territories to invite and honor the invaluable contribution of corona warriors, such as doctors, health workers and sanitation workers, in the events to be held on Independence Day. Along with this, people who have been cured and have won the battle against COVID-19 can also be invited to the events. Programs can be organized on a large scale, but instead of gathering crowds, the ministry has urged all organizers to use technology and hold events virtually through webcasts. Perks of holding events virtually include the extension and reach to as many people as possible. The theme of Atmanirbhar Bharat is suitably spread and publicized among the masses through various activities, messages in the functions and on social media platforms during Independence Day celebrations. Prime Minister Modi will host the national flag from the ramparts of the Red Fort in Delhi on August 15th on the occasion of the Independence Day. The Prime Minister will also be addressing the nation on the auspicious day. And our correspondent Sudhakar Das is joining us to get us more on that. Sudhakar, this year like every past year, Independence Day celebrations will be held with grandeur, exuberance and also enthusiasm. But what will be marking this year's celebration special will be the virtual aspect, as the Ministry of Home Affairs has directed all states to conduct the celebrations virtually. Let us know more details. We've given a broad outline of the guidelines which have been put forth by the MHA.
जी बिल्कुल प्रीति, और काफी अहम है, खास तौर से जो कोरोना संकट चल रहा है उसके लिहाज से एक जरूरी और बड़ा दिशा निर्देश गृह मंत्रालय की तरफ से दिया गया। निश्चित तौर पर स्वतंत्रता दिवस समारोह हम सब के लिए एक बहुत बड़ा मौका होता है और उसी भव्यता के साथ ये समारोह पूरे देश में मनाया जाए, उसके बारे में गृह मंत्रालय ने कहा है। प्रधानमंत्री लाल किले की प्राचीर से राष्ट्रीय ध्वज फहराएंगे, राष्ट्रीय गान होगा, वहाँ उनका वक्तव्य भाषण भी होगा और ये एक अहम हिस्सा है हमारे स्वतंत्रता दिवस समारोह का। लेकिन तमाम राज्य जो हैं, राज्यों की राजधानियों में, जिला मुख्यालयों में, जो ब्लॉक हेडक्वार्टर्स है वहां पर और पंचायतों में भी राष्ट्रीय जो ये हमारा स्वाधीनता दिवस समारोह है वो आयोजित किया जाएगा। लेकिन जरूरी दिशा निर्देश ये है कि तमाम राज्यों के शासित प्रदेशों को ये कहा गया है कि वो जो बड़े गैदरिंग्स हैं उसको अवॉइड करें। उसको अगर समारोह को प्रचारित प्रसारित करना है, उनको ज्यादा लोगों तक पहुंचाना है, तो डिजिटल तरीके, वेबकास्ट, ऑनलाइन ये तरीके अपनाए जाए ताकि वो ज्यादा लोगों तक पहुंचे। लेकिन निश्चित तौर पर कोरोना संकट में कोरोना वॉरियर्स का योगदान काफी अहम रहा है। उस योगदान को सराहने के लिए, उसको सलाम करने के लिए डॉक्टर्स जो है, हमारे सफाई कर्मी हैं, जो हमारे स्वास्थ्य कर्मी हैं, ऐसे कोरोना वॉरियर्स और जो कोरोना की जंग जीत कर आए हैं, ऐसे लोगों को जरूर इन समारोहों में आमंत्रित किया जाए। तो ये बहुत महत्वपूर्ण पहलू है और जरूर इस तरह से जो कोरोना वॉरियर्स हैं उनका हौसला बढ़ेगा। दूसरी महत्वपूर्ण बात, हमको पता है कि आत्मनिर्भर भारत अभियान पर प्रधानमंत्री का लगातार जोर है। भारत लगातार कोशिश कर रहा है आत्मनिर्भर बनने की दिशा में कितनी तेजी से आगे बढ़ा जाए। एक बड़ा पैकेज का भी ऐलान किया गया है। तो इस आत्मनिर्भर भारत अभियान की थीम से जुड़ी हुई चीजों को प्रचारित प्रसारित किया जाए कार्यक्रमों में, डिजिटल तरीके से, सोशल मीडिया पर। इसके लिए भी राज्यों से आग्रह किया गया, ये बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। इसके अलावा एक और चीज जो खास तौर से कहा गया है कि जो हिस्टोरिकल प्लेसेस है हमारे, या देश की आजादी से जुड़े हुए स्थान है, वहाँ अगर कोई बैंड है, सेना का बैंड है, पुलिस का बैंड है, उसके अगर कार्यक्रम होते हैं तो उनको रिकॉर्ड कर लिया जाए और उनको बड़े स्क्रीन पे या डिजिटली उसको प्रसारित प्रचारित किया जाए। जो बच्चों के डिबेट कॉम्पिटिशन्स हैं या अन्य तरह के जो कॉम्पिटिशन्स है, पेट्रियोटिक थीम से जुड़ी हुई चीजें, वेबिनार हो सकती हैं, इस तरह की चीजों को प्रचारित प्रोत्साहित किया जाए। बड़े पैमाने पर हो, स्वतंत्रता दिवस समारोह भव्यता के साथ हो, उत्साह और उल्लास के साथ हो, लेकिन निश्चित तौर पर जो कोरोना का संकट है उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए जो सावधानियां हैं वो बरतते हुए होना चाहिए। तो ये एक दिशा निर्देश गृह मंत्रालय की तरफ से तमाम राज्यों को भेजा गया है।
Yes, the precautions have to be strictly followed. Thank you so much, Sudhakar, for joining us with those inputs. And President Ramnath Kovind today flagged off Red Cross relief material for people affected due to floods and COVID-19 in the states of Assam, Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan and Chairman of the Indian Red Cross Society were also present on the occasion. The Bharatiya Janata Party has decided to organize Ek Bharat, Ek Atma Bharat program on the completion of 1 year of the abrogation of Section 370 and 35A. For this, the BJP is set to organize a virtual rally at the national level starting July 28th till 3rd of August. A virtual rally will be organized in local language in every state. A dialogue with intellectuals will also be conducted. BJP will hold a press conference in all the states on 3rd of August. Interestingly, the Triple Talaq Bill was passed by Parliament on 1st of August last year. To commemorate this, a campaign is also part of the celebrations, which involves interactions with Muslim women via BJP Mahila Morcha and the Minority Morcha under Muslim Women Empowerment Campaign. The party has directed state units to publicize the speeches of Prime Minister Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah in Parliament. In relief to Sachin Pilot's camp, the Rajasthan High Court has ordered maintaining status quo on the disqualification notices sent by the Speaker to Sachin Pilot and 18 other dissident MLAs. With this, Speaker CP Joshi will not be able to take any action against the 19 rebels. The Pilot camp had moved the High Court against the notices under which they face possible disqualification from the State Assembly. The High Court also admitted a petition filed by 19 dissident Congress MLAs to include the union government in the list of respondents to their petition. However, a divisional bench of Chief Justice Indrajit Mohanty and Justice Prakash Gupta deferred the verdict till the Supreme Court decides the validity of anti-defection law in the case.
उच्च न्यायालय ने इस मुकदमे में आज इस मामले को एडमिट कर दिया है और एडमिट करने के बाद इसके अंदर हमारी जो प्रेयर नंबर 1, प्रेयर नंबर 2 और प्रेयर नंबर ई इसके ऊपर एडमिट करके और मुकदमे को एडमिट कर दिया है। तो अब इसमें एडमिशन के बाद में अब जो भी आगे कार्रवाई होगी वो की जाएगी। पर हमें साथ में ये नहीं भूलना चाहिए कि मुकदमा माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय में पेंडिंग है। तो माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने जैसे आदेश दिया है कि इस मुकदमे को उसके अधीन रखा जाएगा, तो जो भी आदेश होएगा अभी इसके ऊपर ज्यादा और कोई टिप्पणी नहीं करनी चाहिए। हमने जो संवैधानिक वैधता इसकी जो चैलेंज करी थी क्लॉज 2 सब क्लॉज 1 सब क्लॉज ए ऑफ द 10th शेड्यूल की, उसके ऊपर माननीय उच्च न्यायालय ने उसके ऊपर प्राइमा फेसी केस मानते हुए उसके ऊपर स्टेटस क्वो का आदेश किया है।
Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan today participated in a meeting of health ministers of Shanghai Cooperation Organization member states via video conferencing. While addressing the conference, the health minister highlighted the steps India took in combating the spread of COVID-19. Dr. Harshvardhan said that India has successfully managed to flatten the curve of the pandemic with the help of measures like ramping up testing and nationwide 3-month-long lockdown. He also underlined how India's traditional medicines have helped people build immunity. The health minister also proposed setting up of new subgroups of traditional medicines. He even sought the support of member countries of the organization in setting up the new group of traditional medicines.
India would like to propose the setting up of a new subgroup on traditional medicine under the existing institutional meetings of the SCO health ministers. India seeks the kind support of all member states for its proposal to set up a separate subgroup on traditional medicine under the health ministers meeting.
And now let's take a look at the COVID-19 situation in India. The fight against COVID-19 is going on across the country and the recovery rate is continuously improving. Patients of COVID-19 have recovered across India and the number has crossed 8 lakh mark with improved recovery rate at 63.45%. The cumulative figure of recovered cases stood at 8,17,208. Active cases are 4,40,135, all under medical attention in hospitals or home isolation. The case fatality rate in the country stands at 2.38%. India has one of the lowest case fatality rates in the world. 30,601 patients have died so far. The efforts to expand testing labs network in the country have led to their numbers increasing every day. There are as many as 1,290 labs in the country, including 897 labs in the government sector and 393 private labs. Several people-centered measures taken as part of the test, trace and treat strategy have removed the impediments for COVID-19 testing. Facilitation of widespread testing by states and union territories has spurred the number of samples tested every day. During the last 24 hours, 3,52,801 samples have been tested, pushing the cumulative number of tests to 1,54,28,170. In Bhopal, the 10 days lockdown will begin from tonight at 8 p.m. and will remain in force until 5 a.m. on August 4th. Now, all commercial establishments except special services will remain closed. Supply of vegetables and milk and essential services will remain open along with industries. Medical services, government ration shops will also remain open during the period. Schools, coaching, gyms, auditoriums, hotels, restaurants, parks, swimming pools and shopping malls will remain closed in the city. There will be a ban on any kind of function or gathering in Bhopal, and all the religious places will also be completely closed during this 10-day lockdown. Transport service will be completely suspended during this period. However, movement outside the city will remain prohibited and e-passes will be required for any movement. All state and central government offices will function with necessary capacity. The government has given relief to industries by allowing economic activities to run in this lockdown. Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan urged people to follow all the rules during lockdown period. Guideline clearly states that strict action will be taken against those who do not follow social distancing or they do not wear any masks or break the rules of lockdown. In its fight against prevention of the spread of COVID-19, Central Railway Mumbai Division has launched an app called Check-in Master for contactless ticket checking at Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus, Mumbai. It will help railway staff to discharge their duties without any fear, as the app has OCR and QR code scanning features to check PRS and UTS tickets from a safe distance. Handheld thermal guns are also provided for thermal screening of the passengers. This Check-in Master app can be used for attendance and real-time monitoring of ticket checking staff as well. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath today interacted with the migrant workers. Chief Minister also inquired about the work being given to the labourers in the villages. On the occasion, the Chief Minister transferred a fund of rupees 70 crore 80 lakh into the account of workers. In the wake of Corona pandemic, the state government transferring 1,000 crore rupees in the account of each worker.
हम एक साथ 9,08,855 जो प्रवासी कामगार और श्रमिक आए थे उन्हें 1,000 रुपये की राशि उनके खाते में सीधे उपलब्ध करा रहे हैं। नियंत्रण प्राधिकरण के द्वारा प्रदेश में एक इंटीग्रेटेड अर्ली वार्निंग सिस्टम को भी आज यहां पर लॉन्च किया गया है और मुझे प्रसन्नता है कि आज 4 लाख लोग ऐसे तैयार कर दिए गए हैं प्रदेश में जिन लोगों को 2 घंटे 3 घंटे पहले 12 घंटे पहले 6 घंटे पहले ये एसएमएस या फिर वार्निंग उनके पास अलर्ट आ जाएगा कि फलाने क्षेत्र जगह पर लोग खुले में न रहें।
The Supreme Court has granted extension of 6 months for the committee inquiring into the Hyderabad encounter case. The inquiry committee, headed by Justice V. Sirpurkar, could not complete the probe due to COVID-19 lockdown. The committee was to submit the report by August. The flood situation in Bangladesh continues to be grim, with new areas getting inundated in the country. While 21 districts in Bangladesh were affected by floods till Tuesday, later on Thursday, 30 districts were affected by floods. Flood situation in Kurigram, Gaibandha, Jamalpur, Nator, Boguda, Sirajganj, Sherpur, Silhat and Sunamganj have worsened further. Rivers were flowing above danger level at 30 points in the country. In Brahmaputra Basin, Jamuna and Brahmaputra were flowing above the danger level at all the monitoring points. The government has taken up relief work in the affected areas. 1,629 relief shelters have been set up, where 75,000 people and 65,000 animals have been taking shelter. More than 1,075 medical relief teams are operating in the affected areas. And back home, Assam flood situation has further worsened. 4 more lives were lost due to floods in the last 24 hours, taking the death toll to 93. Over 28 lakh people have been affected due to floods in the state, with continuous downpour in the river Brahmaputra in Jorhat, Sonitpur, Guwahati, Goalpara, Dhubri districts. It is still flowing above the danger level mark. 2,634 villages under 74 revenue circles in 26 districts, along with above 1.1 lakh hectares of crop land are submerged, as according to the Assam State Disaster Management Authority report on Thursday. At present, above 47,000 inmates are taking shelter at 286 relief camps across the state. In Bihar, the flood situation has also worsened in many districts, affecting more than 6 lakh people. Flood waters have spread to 282 panchayats of 55 blocks. However, water level of most of the rivers has either stabilized or is decreasing. And relief and rescue operations by NDRF and SDRF teams in the flood-affected areas are underway in full swing. The Met Department has warned of moderate to heavy rainfall at some places during the day today. Union Sports Minister Kiren Rijiju attended the Ministerial Forum of Commonwealth countries to share India's road to resumption of sport post-COVID-19 and also to contribute to the creation of a collaborated sports policy in the post-pandemic era. Pointing to the importance of citizens staying fit during the pandemic, the sports minister said that Fit India movement has been useful in fighting the pandemic since building fitness and immunity is crucial during these COVID times. While hailing the collaborative spirit of the Commonwealth nations, the sports minister also thanked Commonwealth Games Committee for agreeing to add the disciplines of shooting and archery to the 2022 Commonwealth Games. In cricket, it's showtime for England and West Indies as they get ready for the third and the final match of the Test series at Old Trafford in Manchester. The three-match series has so far been an enthralling encounter between the two sides, with both winning one game each. With the series firmly locked at one each, the finale promises to be an edge of the set contest. West Indies started the series with a 4-wicket win against England at Southampton, with the visitors standing out with both ball and the willow. However, England fought back strong in the second test and equalized the series with a thumping 113-run win. The ATP and WTA Tour events scheduled in China for 2020 have been cancelled amidst the pandemic. Due to the recent decision by China's General Administration of Sport, all the 7 WTA tournaments that were scheduled in China on WTA's 2020 provisional calendar will not be held. China will not host any international sporting events in 2020. The WTA had 7 tournaments in China in its provisional calendar for the remainder of the year 2020, including the season-ending WTA finals. China's highest sporting body said that only trial events for 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics would be held this year. That's it in this edition of the News This Hour. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.